Hi everyone. I want to apologize for my voice if it sounds a bit different. I have a slight sore throat and I don't know where it came from, but I suddenly got sick yesterday. Oh, hello. Welcome to the stream. Hi. Um so I'm going to apologize if I accidentally cough or like my voice dissipates throughout the stream. Also, I'm sorry if you guys can hear me um sucking on the throat thing. So they made a candy that can help you alleviate like the itchiness and the pain. So I'm eating one of those and I'm almost done with it. But it's still there. So yeah, I'm sorry if that's bothering you. Also, I got a gift today and look at it. It's my first like mechanical keyboard. Like someone gave this to me and this is so pretty. If it's plugged in, there's like many LED um modes that you can have, and it sounds really nice, like, but the spacebar sounds a little bit springy, which I'm not too into, right? That, like, the difference. The enter keys also, the bigger keys, they have a slight springy sound to it. The normal keys, they sound perfectly fine. But yeah, so that's that's a cool thing I thought I wanted to share with you. Also, because I have a sore throat, I'll be drinking some tea here and there tonight. But look at my little Bulba, so cute. Look at little Bulba. So yeah, so I have tea and it's warm and it's also sweet because I like sweet tea. And it's rose flavored tea, if I'm not wrong. There's like a hint of rose in it. I made it with hot water and now it's like no longer hot, which is weird. But yeah, so I think let's just get started before it becomes a little bit too late to start. Alright, so last time we left off, I couldn't actually put the side parts of the shoulder area of the torso onto the gunpla because I haven't pushed these pegs in perfectly. So to I asked someone's help for that and took apart the gunpla for a bit and then put it all back together, and now the torso is perfectly fine. So today I think we'll just see how I feel after the head, because my shoulder is kind of hurting and I can't sit like hunched over my table for too long. So if all goes well, we're gonna go continue up until the arms. If not, then we'll just do the head and then we'll just chill together. So I have all the runners next to me and ready to be used. So let's go and grab A, which is this one. So A16. Oh, okay, here it is. So I've been neglecting miniatures lately, I feel, because if I'm sick, usually I skip Thursdays more so than Fridays, and Thursdays are more miniature days than Fridays, because Fridays are gunpla days, right? Um, I think in the future, I'm so I have a thing that is happening right now that I'm not gonna share yet, but I'm going to be sharing through like my next YouTube video, because I'm working on a YouTube video at the moment. Like, it's uploading as we speak. So tomorrow it should be out, and that one is a vlog on my first cosplay. So I think it was this weekend. Last weekend, and this weekend hasn't happened. So last weekend I went ahead and cosplayed as Anya, but using yours outfit. So, oh, hold on, something's going on. Okay. So with Anya's hair, but yours dress. Where's E12? Hold on, let me find it. Okay. So I cosplayed that, and I crocheted my own like head accessory, the Anya ones, the Anya cones. I crocheted those, and then I also made yours weapons out of paper. So I rolled up like a piece of paper to make it more sturdy, and then I used a toothpick for the end so the end doesn't um, get distorted, and then afterwards I wrapped some foam on top of some paper parts so that the oh, okay, so that the parts that I need to be thicker, I don't need to like layer 200 pieces of paper over. And I finally, on top of it, for the little circle handles, I use like shower curtain holder thingies that I found at like a Daiso near my place. And then that was the prop that was done, and basically nothing else I needed to make because I bought most of the outfit. Like, I bought the dress, but it came with most of the accessories already done and built in. Oh no. Oh shoot. Oh, I hate it when these things happen because I can never find them. Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna be right back. So I'm gonna find a thing first and I'll be right back. We're back. I found it. It was hanging out on the floor. So I think my Wi-Fi is having a bit of trouble today. So if my stream is kind of laggy, I'm gonna like apologize beforehand. But yeah. So let's put the head together. So whatever I don't finish today, I'm gonna continue tomorrow anyways. Because tomorrow is still Gunpla Day because it's Friday. So, yeah. But I do hope I finish more than the head. Because this is really small. Like, I don't think it'll even take like 30 minutes for it. But yeah. So, I'm sorry for my throat, really. It's kind of a mess at the moment. And I tried filming today, but I think my voice sounds really bad. And I'm not sure if it does sound that bad on the video itself, but it sounded bad for the first part. I sounded really raspy. But I did take some of those like throat medicine thing. Well, not really medicine, it feels more like candy. But I took some of those and I felt better throughout the day. So yeah. So I think I was at I was talking about the cosplay, and I was cosplaying as Anya X Yor, and that one became content basically for this week, I think. So I have another video that I'm working on already, but okay. So I have another video already, like in the making, but it's not edited yet. So I already filmed it, but it's not edited yet, and it is related to miniatures. And I will be going forward. I will be more. I'll be talking more about miniatures, I guess. Hold on. I'm going to try to do this first, because apparently I can't do two things at once. I don't know why it's not quite sticking. Oh, there we go. There we go. The head's stuck on. I need to lean for a bit. Sorry. So, I don't know why, but it's been a few days that if I don't lean, it hurts. I think it's been a week, maybe. But yeah. So, back to what I was talking about. So, from my video on YouTube that I'll be posting sometime next week, you guys will see that I will be plunging a little bit deeper into the miniature world, I guess. I think that was E. Is this E? No, it's D. So this is E. Okay. So, I don't know what's going on with my internet, but I think something is up. So, anyways, I need 5 ounce this thing. So yeah, so in the future I'm going to be more into miniatures. I guess like my content will be more there will be more miniature related content. That's what I'm trying to say. Gosh, my brain has turned to mush. So yeah, how am I supposed to put this on? Is it this way? I think it's that way. I think I've done it correctly. Okay, so that's the head's bottom part, and then we need to do A15. So yeah, this week I'm doing more Gunpla stuff, but we'll see about next week. So let's cut out the top part of the head first, and they marked it out on the manual to cut it out really neatly. So yeah, let's try and do that, because usually when I cut out clear parts, it does tend to to leave more of an up mark than when I do with normal parts, and it's harder to clean up. Because clear parts, you have to be really neat with them. I'm sorry for my voice, really. I'm trying to not sound sick, but I don't think that's happening. So yeah, I'm not actually sure what else I want to talk about this week, because I feel like I feel like nothing eventful happened this week. So yeah, it's just, is this, it's supposed to be this way, right? Yeah, okay. Oh. Sorry, something's going on, so I need to check for a minute. Okay, I think that's all for now. I'm not sure. Okay, so we need A9. See, I knew that doing just the head is going to like give me max like 20 minutes. I did even less than 20 minutes, even with dropping a part. So we'll try to continue to the arms, and I'll see how much I can handle building before my back breaks. So yeah. Okay, so this thing is at the top and should be able to push it in, but it's not pushing in. I feel like it could be because I didn't cut it cleanly. So, let's see. Okay. I'm not sure if this is going to work, but because I'm pushing it with all of my might and it is not going in. And I'm scared that if I do that, I'm going to break it. Because I have a history of being rough with things and breaking things accidentally. And I don't want to break another Gunpla part. I've done that way too often. I feel like that's like synonymous with me now. Breaking your Gunpla parts. I don't know what's going on. Why it's not going in. Also, I think my Wi-Fi is jacked. Like, it's so hard to push in. It's not going in. Okay, I'm not sure why it's not going in. Sorry for my voice. I know I sound like shit, but this is not helping my voice situation. Oh. I'm really trying hard to push this in and it's just not going. Oh! Crap, okay. There we go. There we go. So this is the head. Let me see if you guys can see it. So that's the head. And I think that's done. So I think we can just put it on. Oh. What? No? That's not a thing? I thought... Wait, we should be able to. Oh, there we go. It's freaking stuck now. Yay. Oh, no, it's not stuck enough. Why? Is this not stuck enough though? Let me... Okay. It keeps moving forward. Okay, there we go. Ah, okay, never mind. What is going on? Okay. It was in, and then in trying to push the head slightly forward, it just shut it out like that. Like, I don't know how to make the head move upwards, if that's the case. I don't think it does. Okay, so this is what it looks like right now. It can't look any further up than this, I don't think. So it gave us a ball joint, but it's kind of shitty articulation. So yeah, I'm gonna lean. My back is starting to take a toll again, so I might take a break first before starting the arms. So yeah, so I knew it would only take me around 20 minutes, and I was correct. I finished cutting everything out in like 16, 17 minutes, and then finally put the head on the 20-minute mark. And I don't know why. I think there is an issue with my Wi-Fi. I'm not quite sure why. But so I've been sending texts and it's not sending, so I don't know what's going on. So yeah. So let's continue to the arms, but slowly, and I'm gonna do it while I'm kind of leaning, so you guys might not see too much if I lean a little bit too like backwards. Okay, so I need E, which I think we need to make 2 of this. So I'm gonna need both E's, 25 and 26. I'm gonna find them here and then cut them like this. So I might be making messy cuts because I have to lean, but it's either this or I don't build it tonight, so we'll see what I can do. Okay, so let's clean the parts up. Okay. Also, if you are new here and you see how calm and chill this one stream is, it is not a correct reflection of how my streams usually are. It's usually slightly more chaotic, but I don't think I have the energy to be chaotic today because my body still hurts. So I've been sick this past week and I'm trying to recover, and I'm trying to take on less workload at the moment, but because I'm kind of new to where I'm working, that's not going to happen. Like, I'm not gonna ask for more time off right away because I already asked for a time off last week because I was already starting to feel unwell. But this week I'm feeling more unwell, even though I've already rested a bit. But that could also be because I overexerted myself and I went to the cosplay event this, like, last Saturday, or was it Sunday? Oh, your clocks went back on the weekend. What? Why? Um, also, sorry for the voice. I'm slightly sick. I don't know how I got the sore throat, but I did. And so here we are with a slightly more raspy voice. Also, I'm going to be building very slowly today, just as a info, because I need to lean every now and then. Our clocks change by an hour twice a year, so we get more daylight. Really? How does that work? I'm not, it's not registering, how that would work, I think. But then again, my brain is kind of mush at the moment. I think this is going this way. Usual confusion is happening, so. Also, my nose is itching suddenly, and I don't know why, so apologies if you hear a lot of sniffling. So yeah, I think there is something wrong with my Wi-Fi, because that's not what's going on. But that is what's going on. What? So I have what's it called? My phone. My brain is not working today. So I have my phone next to me, and I am checking periodically if everything is going swell Wi-Fi wise, because I can't look at the chat from just my laptop as well. It's a bit hard for me to focus on one section. So I've been using my phone as like chat, I guess. And I'm checking the what's it called? The view count, and it's not matching the one on my stream overview, which is a bit weird. But yeah. So that's the first part of the shoulders done. We need B now. So sorry for the lack of enthusiasm, maybe. Gosh, okay. So I don't think I have any to begin with today. And that's why I'm a bit calmer. I feel like really tired, so I don't know why though. I haven't done anything, and work has been not too busy or anything like that. So I assumed I was fine, and then suddenly I got sick yesterday, and that was also weird because like that was really out of nowhere. So I think it was yesterday, or was it the day before? Um, I got up. I felt kind of like shit, but I mean, when you go to work, usually that's the first thing you feel. So I'm like, eh. And then during the day, I didn't feel worse or anything, and then suddenly at night, I got feverish, and I also got a sore throat, so I don't know what's going on. I think a lot of countries do it. When it got to 3 a.m. on Sunday, the clocks officially changed to 2 and stay like that until spring. I don't think that's something that happens here, so I've never experienced it, or actually, I feel like I've heard of it, but I've never actually had to do it or experienced that happening here. So it's not a thing here, and that sounds very confusing. Also, I wouldn't like it if it's like already 3 p.m. and then suddenly I have 3 hours left of work instead of 2 when I go home at 5, you know? Like, that doesn't sound fair. Or do you get to go home early still? Like, you go home an hour early that day because you went an hour early, I guess? Does that count like that? Oh, yep, Shinanju. And I've lost where I am. Also, sorry for the voice, kind of sore throat. So I'm also slightly calmer this stream. Usually it's a bit more chaotic, I feel. But yeah, sorry for the voice. I didn't mean to get sick. It only changes overnight, so you get either an extra hour in bed or an hour less. Oh, well that's crappy. Wow. Did you get the extra hour or an hour less this time around? Because I'm still not quite understanding it. It beat 127. Where's 27? Oh, here it is. That doesn't look like it, but okay. Oh, get hydrated often now. I think I've gotten dyslexic because I'm sick. And I've okay, I'll drink. I've got tea. I don't know if you were here when I prefaced that I've got tea, and I will be sipping throughout the stream. So I made hot tea a little bit before the stream, and the stream has only gone on for like 30 minutes, and my tea has gone cold. Also, it's like rose flavored with some sugar, so it tastes really nice. But also, it's gone cold, and I'm not a big fan of it being like lukewarm cold. Like, if it's going to be cold, I want it to be like freezing cold, like with ice and stuff. Lukewarm is just kind of weird, like halfway point, it feels. So, not a big fan of lukewarm tea. Extra hour, that's nice, that's good. I wish I got an extra hour of sleep. Actually, I think I got like extra 2-3 hours yesterday when I was really sick, because I had to take a nap because I took medicine, and after like 5 seconds I was out cold. Like, the medicine is just like that good. So I was out cold with my like work timer running, but I had it running on like a very mundane task, like research or something like that. So hopefully my employers don't watch this stream. But yeah, I needed to take a nap, and then like an hour before my workday officially ends, I did the same thing because I took more medicine. And then I ended up passing out again. But usually, right, when I get sick and I drink the exact same medicine, I don't pass out like that. So I don't know if it was like this time it was kind of worse than usual, or if it's just a thing that happens as you get older. But yeah. But also I don't get sick often, so it could be something like um I like getting old, you know, but I'm not that old either. So I don't know. I am kind of dumb. I think if you watch me or you know me, it's kind of obvious. I feel like that's synonymous with my brand now. Like, if someone asks you, do you watch her? How is she like? Like, one of the first things is like, she's kind of an idiot sometimes. So I'm sorry if I'm sounding like really sniffly. I didn't expect to be sniffling. I was just like coughing earlier. Well, not really coughing either. Didn't really have a cough. It's just a slight discomfort on my throat. But I no longer have a fever, so that's a win. That's why I also decided I can go live today, because if I had a fever still, I'm going to cancel it no matter what I think. Because there's no way I'm going to go live with a fever and then suddenly collapse on live. I think I'd worry so many people. Sorry for the nose. We all are, yeah, I know, right? Like, that's an ongoing thing with me and like my friends that I had before, like, have like opening an account and stuff. Like, we found each other because we're all really dumb, and we stayed together because we're all really dumb. Because nobody else would want to be our friends if we're like, if they're smart, they wouldn't want to be our friends. Because we're really damn dumb. You look kaku. I actually kind of am, and I don't know how to fix it. So, I've been having like slight pain, like, well, not slight, it's gotten annoying, like it's interfering with my work. Like, I have to sit leaning to the chair, and it's like at the bottom of like my shoulder area, and I don't know what caused it, because I didn't do anything special or different for that matter, so I don't know. Maybe it's the lifting, but I've been doing that for 2-3 years now, so I'm not sure if that's the case. Oh wait, was it 2-3 years? Or was it like around a year? Well, I've been doing it for at least a year. I've been lifting somebody for at least a year, so there's that. Could be that it's caught up with me, but yeah, so it's been interfering with how I have to sit with work at work and stuff like that. It's just been really annoying, honestly. You're not dumb? Really? Like, so I feel like, you know those things where it's like, you're not dumb as in you're not stupid, like, you you know things, like you are pretty knowledgeable, but you are dumb as in like your actions are kind of dumb, your like your reactions are also kind of dumb, you know. I think that's the kind of dumb I am, not like the dumb that's like I don't know anything and I'm very closed off kind of dumb, like very ignorant dumb. It's just, yeah, sometimes I act really stupid. For instance, I'm sick and I'm doing a live. I don't think that was a smart move. Okay, sorry, I had to close the mic just in case. Um, I'm gonna read the comments while I'm leaning back because it's hurting a bit. So it's okay, I do have a runny nose sometimes. Currently the weather does act weirder in the last few years. That's true, actually. It was really hot and then suddenly it rained, and when it rains, the sun is still out and it's really just hot, even though it's raining with like all the wind going on, but it's like hot type of wind. It's so weird. I won't I won't take the soft bashing for our empress. You're the leader of Petit Kalan. I'm sorry. Um, but it's true though. I'm not that bright, honestly. I'm quite the opposite. Wait, is this the way? Yeah, okay, I think this is the way. Yeah, okay. I'm not that bright. I'm quite the opposite of bright, actually. I have lots of stupid things that I've been doing with my life. Also stupid concerns and stupid existence woes, you know? Like, what is going on with this? Why is it not going in? Am I doing it wrong? I'm doing it wrong, I feel. It's like I bet I'm doing it wrong, actually. What is going on? Why is this not going in? Exhibit A of me being dumb, by the way. This is a clear as day example. Why is this not? Maybe it's that. I don't think this has hindered it from going in, though. That shouldn't be what's hindering it from going in. That's... I don't... Is it this way? It's this way. Is it? I'm starting to doubt myself. Oh, okay. So this is just not tight enough, but I'm not strong enough to push it together. And I'm scared I'm gonna break it. Because I broke so many pieces this way. No more of this. How is your new job going? My new job's going fine. Everyone's been really nice to me, and I think I'm doing a good job. I hope I'm doing a good job. Well, it's been a month now, and they haven't had any sense of wanting to fire me. So I think I'm doing at least an okay job. And for that, I'll give myself an A+. I think this is where it is. Oh! So, I have a YouTube video that I'm uploading right now, and that's going to go up hopefully tomorrow or not Saturday. But, the thing that I wanted to tell you guys was, so after that video comes up, I'll have another video that's gonna come up, but that will be more miniature related, but also it is also in Indonesian, but I will have English captions if you guys want to watch it in, like, English wise, I guess. But yeah, also your girl's got a partner now. She got sponsored, but for Warhammer stuff, so I might be doing more miniature stuff in the future. I can't take this off. I don't know how to fix it. I really don't. Oh, let me read the comments first. At least usually they would do review at the end of the year, unless if it's a year span. So because I just got this job, they gave me like a 3-month probation period, and within that time they're going to give me a shorter notice for termination if I don't live up to expectations or I do something that's not great. But yeah, so I only have 3 months for this probation period, so it's been a month. I only have 2 left, and they don't seem to have any complaints about my work, so that's what's going on. I've actually been watching your videos on YouTube, doing a great job. Thank you. I've been trying to post more YouTube videos. They're not garnering that much attention yet because I also don't promote them as much as I should. But I need to be promoting them more soon because of the partner thing. I'm fluent in Indonesian. Oh, that's good. You'll be more fluent when you read while listening to me speak. But I think, I don't know if this is true, but I've heard that my Indonesian is not, it does not sound like I'm a native speaker. It sounds like I've got an accent. It sounds like I've got like a Americanish accent going on. So yeah. I don't know. Congratulations for the sponsor. Yeah, thanks. I was not expecting it, but it's Warhammer related, and apparently there's not many people that are into it here, which is kind of a shock to me because not only is the game fun, but it's really big outside of here. It's not going in. And I need to push this even further, but it's not going in either. It's really not budging. I don't know how to fix it. But yeah, so I know that Warhammer is really big outside of Indonesia. I'm just kind of surprised at how small it is here. The community, like hundreds, and that's like the max amount of it. I'm pretty shocked because I thought it'd be at least like 1,000 people at least into the hobby, but no, it's like hundreds. So it's really small. The community is really, really small. And so like I'm trying to grow the community as well. And so at least the guy who wanted to partner up with me and I have the same idea of what we want to do, basically. So I'm grateful for that. I actually want to buy either Alfred, Sazabi, or Neo. Yeah, Alpha's going to be happy if he's looking at Shinanju. Oh, that's good. And if you're debating on Alfred, Sazabi, or Neo, what are you debating about exactly? Because if you're debating about which one to get, I suggest the Alfred's because I've heard really good things about it. And also, I think it's pretty cheap, yeah, in price range wise. I think it's pretty cheap from what I know. So you'll get like something really worth it, I think, for Alfred. Also, it's like a really new kit, so it's not the worst thing to get and try out. I've been wanting to get the Alfred, but they say it's at the end of year, and at the end of the year is when I'm planning to buy a PC. Also, if you guys didn't know, if you guys weren't here at the beginning, I got a gift. I got this mechanical keyboard as a gift. And this is the first time I've owned a mechanical keyboard. And honestly, it sounds divine. Like, and the LEDs are really cool. But the bigger keys, they sound slightly springier, like the space bar. I don't really like the way it springs that way. But yeah, so at the end of the year, I'm hoping to be able to get a PC, probably minus the monitor at that point. I do need a monitor, like, I think it'll be minus the monitor at that point. And then, when I do get the monitor, which should be next year then, if that's the case, we can play games on Twitch. Also, I think the shoulders are okay. They're not perfect, but I think this is the best I can do them. Like, I'll get someone to take a look at them and see if I've done them right. But yeah, so I've done these, and this part I think is pretty much attachable already, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, it should be attachable, because it's a peg. Whoop, there we go. Let's touch the other. We've finally done one page. This is the first page of the manual. Let's take a break, because my back hurts, and I don't know why. I still don't understand why. So I've already done like stretches. I've already like exercised and stuff. Like it's like not really a lot, but like I've done some small exercises here and there when I can. But also it's gotten worse because I got sick. So yeah, I don't know what's going on. My shoulder. I don't know what's going on really. So how are you guys? It's midweek, almost Friday. So how have your guys' week been? Because mine has been pretty boring. So the only thing that interesting that's happened to me was I went to the cosplay event You've been beaten up. Honestly, it feels like I've been beaten up. I don't know why though. I'm not sure why. Okay, let me change it to the face cam first, and then I'll change it back to the main camera when we're ready to build again. So yeah. So the only thing interesting that's been happening to me is basically the cosplay event that I went to. There was a Pokemon tournament going on the ground floor, and the cosplay event was like at the very top floor. And that was the first time I ever went out with like a full cosplay. Oh, I I found this like photo booth at the top floor right in front of the event area, and it was not cheap, but this is the first time I've cosplayed, like full on cosplay. So I took some pictures. I don't know if you guys can see it. So I took some pictures in cosplay on the what's it called? In the photo booth. So yeah, this was a very interesting experience. It was very fun as well. And there's another cosplay competition like going on soon, and I might join, but that depends on if they get their shit together and actually tell me how to sign up, because I don't know how to sign up. I asked the people who are holding the cosplay competition, and nobody's telling me how the hell I can sign up for the competition. But I have a different cosplay ready for that one. So yeah. If you guys want to guess the cosplay, or if you guys watch anime and want to guess the cosplay, I'll only give you one hint, and that it's a she, and she's got purple hair. So yeah. Was the cosplay you did the one you said you didn't like the wig for? Yes. I didn't like the wig for the character that I was cosplaying, like in the beginning. So basically, I did a mashup of like two characters. The first character is the one I had the dress and accessories for. So if you saw on my, I'm not sure if you guys can see. Let me see. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. So if you don't see that cone over there, that's a flower, and the dress, the gloves, and the prop, which you'll be able to see better later on my vlog. But yeah, so that stuff, that's for the first character, which is Yor from Spy X Family. Actually, I have a picture of this. So that, so that's her. And then the second character that I cosplayed mashed up with her was this. So this is Anya, and it's their kid, basically adopted kid, and she's the one that's got the head cones, but it's not visible here because everyone else's stuff is so dark. There's that triangle there, and then I kept her hair because I have pink hair. So yeah, basically that's the only thing that I did. I added the cones, and I just decided to fuck the wig, not use the wig. Yeah. Guess we both do cosplay later. Wait, where? I'm planning to go to the event at Lipo Mall Puri, but I'm not sure yet. Okay. I'm not sure if I'm actually gonna go. I have the cosplay, but I might, if I can't go, then I'll be finding a different event later in the year. Maybe, like a little bit closer to the end of the year, or maybe middle of this month, because there's a lot of cosplay events when you look for it. I didn't know there was this much. I thought it was going to be like a, oh damn, once in a lifetime opportunity. I'm going to cosplay once and never do it again. I was wrong. They're like days apart. So, yeah, I never knew there was this many cosplay events. But yeah, so I might find one on a later date. But as of now, the one that I am interested in going to is the one at Lipo Mall Puri. You look amazing, thank you. I I got a lot of girls specifically who came up to me and asked for pictures. Um, I think 20% were kids. No, actually like 40% were kids, and the rest of them were adults, but they were mostly ladies. I had like one guy, I think, that asked to take a picture with me, and the rest were girls. Sorry. The rest were girls. But it felt more sincere getting compliments from those girls, because getting compliments from guys is like always a hit or a miss. It's either they mean it or they don't mean it. So it's always either one. And I don't know, I just never really take it too hard if it's from a stranger. But yeah. Sorry. But yeah. So from girls, especially little kids, they're brutal. Like, if you're ugly, a little kid will come up to you and tell you to your face that you look like trash. So having little kids want to take pictures with me because they think I look like the character or they think I look good is kind of like the biggest compliment I feel like I could get. Because they're brutally honest. So if they think I look fine, then I must look fine. Boy, it's too far from train stations. I would rather somewhere close to the public transport so I can go home. I see. Sorry. Um, I've no. Wait. There is at Puri Mall. There is a bus station at Puri Mall that you can take the train station. So I had this rebellious phase. I don't know if you guys are gonna enjoy hearing this story, but um, so I had this. It's not a phase. I was. I had a job interview, but it was really far from where I live, and I used to live in the Puri area. So now I don't, but I used to live in the Puri area, and I had to go somewhere really far north, I think, if I'm not wrong. And I mapped out my route using buses, um, Ubers, but the motorcycle ones, and I think just buses. See, I didn't use trains, so I wanted to try and go by myself because I felt like I don't want to depend on my parents to get me to and from places all the time. This was right before COVID, so it's like 2019. And my parents were so worried about me that we had like a cat and mouse situation. So I was running away from them because I wanted to do this alone. I didn't want to be like um monitored, helicoptered basically. I was like running around the town trying to lose them, and I eventually did while they were in the car trying to look for me. They eventually gave up and let me go by myself, and I came home safely, obviously. But yeah, that was an experience. My mom and dad were mad at me after that, but I don't know, I feel kind of glad that I've done it because I wanted to experience it and I got to experience it. Because I don't think I would have ever gotten an experience like to go somewhere really far just using public transport all alone. Because also, I'm not the type to use public transport because my family has a car, and so it's just more convenient. I've used public transport at that point once or twice before, and both different types of public transport. So I've used the bus to go around Jakarta area, like from North Jakarta down to like west, down to east, and then back up, I think, if I'm not wrong. I forgot the route that I went to exactly, but I went with one of my college friends, and that was a really fun road trip that we had. So I was like, I want to try doing this by myself this time. But yeah, I also, at that point, I've used a train twice, maybe? Like with friends, not with like a school. Because there were times where we had camp or we had a field trip that we would gather at a train station and we would go using the train. Like, I think there was that one time we had like a camping situation, and it was like 2 or 3 nights and it was kind of far, so they got uh like all of the kids tickets for the camping. So yeah, living in London, public transport is our life. Here too, honestly, if you don't have your own vehicle, it is actually it's a pretty good option. It's not bad, like from what I've seen, from what I felt, right? The buses are very well air conditioned. They're frigging freezing, but as someone who lived under air condition her whole life, I love the bus because it was really cool. And I don't know if it was because I went during work hours, like um I think it wasn't really the time where people would go to work or leave from work or go to lunch. So it was very empty. But I've heard about like being catcalled and stuff on public transport, but I personally didn't feel it at that time because it was really empty. And when I went with my friend as well, I think maybe it was because we were together that it didn't really make people catcall us either. So I don't know what's going on with that, like specifically, like maybe we just got the more respectful buses. But yeah, but also we have ladies only buses. So that was fun to see, but I don't think I rode one just because um I didn't get to catch one because their schedule is a little bit different. But yeah, so public transport's pretty nice. The only thing I don't think I ever want to take again is something you call microlet. It's hot, it's cramped, it's it's not safe. It doesn't feel safe. Like, it's easier to pickpocket you in one of those vehicles than in a bus because the bus is pretty long. So if there's not a lot of people, you can just cram into one side and you'll be okay. But for the micro, it's smaller. It's like a very small van, kind of, or like a small car with all the seats at the back taken out, replaced with two longer benches on each side. So it's kind of cramped and it's um, easier for people to scooch up to you and pickpocket you. So I will. That's the one public transport I'm not into. So yeah. Well, public transportation is safe, bad, and extremely cheap at Indonesia, something I can bear on. That's true. Unless it's Jaklingko, though I heard it's great using it too and free if you get the card for it. I've never tried it, so I can't say much because I've never really had the opportunity to use public transport again because it's just always been more convenient to use the car, especially like on weekends where I'm not going alone and I'm not troubling my parents and there is a car that we can use. So there's that. So that's why I feel like public transport is actually pretty good here too, and it is most people's lives, I think. It's just people usually, if they have a vehicle, especially if it's a car, they're going to choose the car over it. If you have a motorcycle, there's a chance I think you're going to choose the public transport sometimes, especially if it's like forecasted to rain. But honestly, if you have a motorbike, it's pretty quick to get anywhere. So you might still choose that over a public transport because going anywhere on a motorbike, I don't know if this is a thing anywhere else outside of Indonesia, but here, if you have a motorbike, that that is your chance to be the biggest asshole you've ever been in your life. No helmets. I think 3 to 4 people sometimes on one bike, and most of the times, right? It's like the dad. He sits kind of inside, so a kid can sit in front of him, and then behind him is the other kid, and then behind that is the wife. So it's like 4 people on one motorbike. And those 4 people have no regard for their safety or their children's safety. They do not care about any traffic rules, especially if your area doesn't usually have cops. So they will care if there's cops in the area and it's a well-known area that has like a reputation for being hard on people traffic wise. But if your area is pretty safe that way, like no cops, no nothing, no one to watch, it's basically green light to be the biggest bastard you've ever been your whole entire life. Why? No matter what, if you crash using a car into a motorbike, you are wrong. No matter who trespassed, no matter who ran a red light, no matter who came out of nowhere, you are wrong. So motorcycles don't really have, like, they don't give two shits about how fast they're going. If they're cutting you off, they don't care. They're just gonna keep going, and they're gonna do it as quick as possible. And a lot of motorcycles do that like zigzag thing when there's traffic, so sometimes you can't even move forward. So I hate people on motorcycles. But yeah, everyone I know that uses a motorcycle does this, honestly. Here most motorcyclists would do that, even sometimes would hit the left blinkers but go right. Okay, that annoyed me. But so it's not just motorcyclists. Um, it's also people in cars. I don't know if you've noticed this, but I recently, like before the pandemic, I got my driver's license. Or was it during the pandemic? I think during the pandemic I got my driver's license. And after I got my driver's license, I started like going places around my area and then going a little bit further and stuff with like my parents. And then I think now they allow me to go around like not too far, as long as I'm not too far, it's fine. But the thing that I've noticed, people cannot tell from left to right. So they'll turn on the left blinker and then slowly shift to the left, but then eventually they'll turn right again. And I don't know why, but that's how they do it. Or they turn on the left blinker and then they shift very slowly right. And you don't know if you want to go faster to like get ahead, because you don't know if they're going to suddenly go into your lane. So no matter what like blinker they're putting on, you're just gonna have to go your own pace. Like, don't try to go ahead, because if you do, you might crash, because these people don't know how to drive, and they got their driver's license. And the way that they got their driver's license is basically the same as I did, I bet. They didn't even take a test. So they went to like the course. Like, we have lessons for driving, and I think the package is like around 7 classes or 10. And during those lessons, you'll get an instructor and a learning vehicle that has the brakes for your instructor to be able to pull in case anything happens. You'll just be driving that around, not in any weird areas. It's just like straight, like very easy. You're not going to mess it up kind of situations. Just go straight. Don't even think about it. They don't even teach you how to park. So I didn't get taught how to park. They just told me to pull over. And then that's what they call parking. They didn't teach me how to park like tail first. They didn't teach me how to park head first. They didn't teach me how to park sideways, parallel, nothing. So you had to learn that by yourself. But basically, if you can go straight and you can go backwards, you pass. That's it. And then, so what you need to do after that, after doing your lessons, you need to go to the office that is designated, and then you go take your picture and stuff, and then there should be a written test and also a practical test. But if you sign up for one of these courses, you are exempt from it. So no matter how bad you are, you pass. And nobody will tell anybody anything about that. You just pass, you get a driver's license, and you can renew it later. That's it. So that's how most people here get their driving license. I know because that happened to me. I thought I was gonna have to study for something, and that didn't happen. I really didn't know that I I didn't need to do anything basically. I just needed to get in the car once a week, drive straight, sometimes backwards, drive more straight, and then suddenly I have my driver's license. But yeah, driving there sounds stressful. Yeah, it is stressful. It's terrible. And not only, sorry, my back started to hurt, so I'm gonna stretch. Oh, also I see your stretch thing just now. Sorry for missing it for a while. So yeah, um, traffic is the worst as well. People will try to cut you no matter how close you are to the car in front of you. So if you're that close, right, this is really damn close. There's no place where you can cut. The other car would just be there. So like there's literally no way you can say no to that after they've just like poked their nose inside that little tiny gap. You could probably like scratch the car with that little tiny gap, but they're gonna try anyways. So it's terrible. And like, so if you're lining up for toll like gates, people will try to cut no matter what. They're going to try to cut unless everything's empty. But if there's a small like line, even people are going to try to cut. And sometimes people will make two lines. And you don't know from the back. You think it's two gates. No, it's one gate with two types of people. The first one trying to cut, the second one actually in line. So they gotta take turns, if not nobody's moving. So the ones actually in line usually go two or three of them, and then the ones that cut, they'll go really close to each other and have like four or five cars go in. And it's just crap, honestly. And like from behind, you're trying to exit the toll road, going out through the gate, but you need to pay the gate, like for the gate. So you're lining up and you don't know which line you're in. So you don't know if you're legitly like queuing or you're being the asshole. So it's a toss up. So yeah. Neither do I actually, although I do race in simulators every now and then. But the funny thing about motorcycle tests, the police gave the test like how to commit stuntman in bike. Really? I don't have um, a biking license. I only have a driver's license, like for cars. I don't know why I turned because the mic is right here. So I don't know why I'm turning this way. Like I should have turned that way. If anything. But yeah. Um I've never taken the bike test here. I've only taken the driver's test, which isn't a test. It's just you get your license that day. That's it. So yeah, I don't know how that works. But that sounds, sorry, but that sounds like shit. To be honest, my road rage would be off the charts. You wouldn't believe it. Honestly, right? Everyone I know, no matter how calm they are, they turn different in the car, because people here are just assholes. Like, no matter how empty it is, they're just like, okay, I'm gonna give you an example. So we were at the toll road the other day. I wasn't driving, and it was a friend of mine who's usually really calm, like he's a really patient person, doesn't doesn't usually scream, shout, or anything like that. He's just very calm person in general, right? So we're all in the car, we're just sitting there chilling now, and we're going at like the speed limit, which is like 60 to 80 kilometers, I think, or like it was at that range for that place, I guess. And then at that part, we were already going the fast lane, I think. Sorry. We're going through the fast lane. So we were already going like 80. And we were like trying to get to our friend's like business opening. because it was like their first ever shop that they're opening. So we're like, okay, we need to get there on time. So we're using the fast lane, going at the max speed. And then suddenly from behind, someone tried to cut us off. So they were going really quickly, and they just, like, it was this close, right? And they just moved in. And I don't know if we managed to brake or what, but we did not crash, and I see that as a win. But like also that was a big shock. So like I don't know how that happened or why it happened, but suddenly there's a car in front of us, and the other lanes, mind you, are empty. I don't know why they decided to go into our lane specifically. Other lanes were empty as hell. So I don't know what's going on. So yeah, that's an example of stupid in on the road. Honestly, driving like heightens my blood pressure, if anything. It's terrible driving here. Um, oh, when when I was learning how to drive, so I was about to go out of like the toll road. This didn't have a gate, so it was like it was on the side. It was really small, and you're merging into like this very busy area, but it's not like the toll road where it's just straight. So lots of like, I think there was like, it was like a four intersection, so it's like a cross. And so you got out exactly where it crosses, so everyone is like going their own way. So my friend was like, you know what, let me drive here because it's dangerous and you are learning. So, and you don't have your driver's license yet, so let me take over to be safe. And I was in the driver's seat like, how are we gonna do that? Because we are on the road. We are in the toll road right now. It's like, just pull over a little bit to the side, and like I'll switch with you. And I think there were just already so many cars whizzing past. They got really paranoid because I was using their car. They got really paranoid and also like worried for their own and my safety. They're like, okay, get out the driver's seat. And they were at the back. I forgot why specifically they were at the back, because the passenger seat was empty. I think they were taking stuff from the back. But yeah, so they were from the back. And then when they took the step into the driver's seat, their jeans ripped. So we had to go to the nearest mall. I had to go down and buy them a pair of sweatpants. So yeah, driving here is not great. It's also not very beginner friendly. Um, the way people tend to teach you how to drive, especially parents, is usually they take you to a more to a bigger residential area, and then they'll just ask you to turn around, like circle the area there. Yeah, so I had to buy someone sweatpants that day. That was an experience. I was like, I'm not gonna drive your car until I get my license. And they're like, yeah, actually that sounds pretty good. I'm okay with that. So yeah. But yeah, so they don't teach you well here. They they get you to circle residential areas, and then after that, if you want to get your license, you go take the course that tells you how to go straight and how to go backwards and then how to pull over, and then you get your license, and then you're out on the road. So yeah, um, that's how you drive here. So I don't recommend anyone try to drive here. It's terrible. It's terrible. The thing is, right, um, when you're on a toll road even, and you're just going straight, sometimes people will want to merge into your lane, but they'll like use the other blinker. So if you're on the right, they'll blink left, and then they'll slowly merge into your lane. Sometimes though, the worst ones, they don't even go in slowly. They turn on their left blinker, and then suddenly whoop, they're in front of you. And those are the ones that will get you into a car accident. And if you didn't know, and I didn't realize this until I started driving and started going further, like outside of like my area, so like using the toll road more, there are a lot of car crashes. Because I know this because there's usually random traffic at random parts of the toll road, and then when you get there you'll just see people like trying to go from like the left lane to the right lane because there's been a crash and they've pulled over to the left lane to resolve the crash. So there's just going to be like random spots on your Google Maps that's suddenly red, and that's because people crashed into one another. So yeah, that's how everything went. Well, even my grandpa back then is stricter. My mom told me if he let someone drive and got the car stalled because of clutch issue, he'll rip your license off. That sounds like what we should do to most of the Indonesian populace, honestly. Most of them cannot drive for the life of me. I just I don't understand how people got their licenses because it's not legit. It's not really dark, I don't think. It's more the annoying part. So like I know if you like ask people um what Indonesia is probably famous for, I guess, if you want to say, or like how are the people in Indonesia, like your first impressions of the people, of the residents of Indonesia, the citizens. People are, I feel like people are going to say friendly, very helpful, and honestly, I don't know if it's just me who feels this way, but I feel like that's just for foreigners. Like, if they know you're a foreigner, because everyone's pretty rude here. Like, I'm not bashing my country, let me get that straight. But we're not as helpful as people put like we're not as helpful as people think we are, I guess. We're not as helpful as people put us out to be. We're pretty rude and selfish, I guess. I think that's the main thing, like pretty selfish. So like we might be helpful for like if you don't know where something is, we'll help you get there and stuff like that. But when it comes to like driving and stuff like that, selfish. Very selfish. I would say the most people do that for the annoyance and comedy. I do that rant often with my friend when in a car trip. Exactly. So like when you go on a road trip here, if you're going with native Indonesian drivers, uh, you'd probably get a bit of road rage because they're used to it, but they're also really pissed at everyone else. So yeah, that's like this is why I don't really like road trips that much, cause like it's a hassle. You drive only to get mad in the car. Like people are stupid, really stupid. Either that or just really selfish and don't care. But the one that makes me confused is how do you even do the wrong blinker? Cause like I would expect you to know left from right at this age, at this old age of yours. So yeah, that's that's my biggest pet peeve about driving actually. The blinkers, the wrong blinkers, and then suddenly just merging into your lane. It's stupid. It really is. But yeah, that's I think that's like mainly about the driving. That's like what you're gonna get if you drive here or if you ride in someone's car here. So yeah. If someone's like get good in traffic, I'm a punch. Honestly though, oh, there's like this area that I know of that is basically a 3-lane area, but two of them is for the traffic light, that if you want to go straight or you want to go to the right. And then the third one is for people who want to go left, because the left one you don't need to pass through the traffic like light. So you can just go to the left lane and just turn left, and then you're good, like you're at your destination. But people would take up all three lanes for the traffic light, and they wouldn't even leave space for people who want to go to the left. So if you just want to go to the left, you're stuck in traffic with them, and there's no way you can get out now because there's people already lining up behind you at that point. And then also at this same place, there's also an intersection in the middle for people who want to go from the right fully straight to the left where we're supposed to be turning left. So you're supposed to leave a gap. So like there's group A who's in front, right in front of the traffic light, and then group B who's behind the intersection cut. They don't leave that. So if you just want to go left from the right, you're gonna have to wait in traffic with them, by proxy creating your own traffic, because you're also covering people who want to go this way, because it's one way from what we're going to go front, so like front to back. So it's one way from that way to my way, and then on the traffic light side it's one way from this to there. So we're creating all sorts of traffic there. So yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that's how traffic is, that's how people drive. Don't drive here. If you're gonna live here, just get a motorbike. You can be as much of a douche as you want to be. Nobody's going to reprimand you or anything, because no matter what, if you get into a car crash, the car is wrong. Unless you get into a bike crash, then that's when people are gonna pull out receipts. When you get into a car crash, no matter what your dash cam says, you're wrong. So yeah, drive a bike. I think that's the biggest advice. You should drive a bike. But also, I don't recommend driving in general. I think here it's just terrible, terrible. So yeah, that's for driving. I feel like that was like a pretty long rant. I feel like I lost more of my voice actually. I don't know if I've gotten louder because that was a rant, but like I feel like my throat's closing up. With that said, because my throat is closing up, I think we'll end it here for today first, so that I don't completely lose my voice by tomorrow, because I have a thing on Saturday that I need to go to. So yeah, please do come back tomorrow. I like chatting with you guys. No, I'll build again tomorrow. Come on time tomorrow. I'll build again tomorrow, I promise. My voice is going to disappear if I talk anymore, I feel. I need to rest. I need to rest my voice. I have a thing on Saturday and I need to vlog on Saturday, so I need to have a voice on Saturday. I can't be vlogging like, hey guys, so I'm vlogging today. I can't do that. Nobody's gonna watch my YouTube video. Riot tomorrow! I promise you I'll come back tomorrow 9 on the dot. Today I was a bit late actually. But yeah. Nobody was here in the beginning anyways. Like everyone's always late. Even if I'm late, you guys are more late than I am, so shame. Shame on all of you. But yeah. We'll continue this tomorrow, I promise. We'll finish the arms tomorrow. I will try to make it on time tomorrow if my voice doesn't disappear any further. I'll try to rest my voice as much as I can for like the whole day first tomorrow, so I'll have better voice talking to you guys at night. So yeah, join me again tomorrow. I promise you will finish the arms. Well, at least I'll try. I promise I'll try. So yeah, mm, I think that's it. Uh, don't forget to join. I like chatting with you guys. So it's less lonely when you're building with people and having fun chatting with people. So yeah, take care, Empress. Thanks. I will. I'll go to sleep as I'm done cleaning up, so that I can have better rest for tomorrow. So yeah, thank you guys for coming. Honestly, I really do appreciate it if you guys drop by when you have time, because I really do like chatting with you guys. It's really fun, and we get to explore random topics. And I've eaten already. I ate some warm ramen noodles before this. So yeah. Yep, better get sleeping. Yeah, I will. So you guys should get some rest too. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks again for joining. Hopefully, um, my YouTube video is already fully uploaded, so it'll be done by tomorrow. So yeah, see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully, you guys will be here tomorrow. Let's continue chatting tomorrow. Bye, guys.